Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. There was a very interesting incident that happened today in Nairobi. Some Kenyans organized demonstrations in support of the housing levy. And they had this to say through their placards: Tumechoka kuishi slums, we support the housing levy. And then you are seeing them there, carried with some trucks there. We support the housing levy. We have a right to decent housing. We support the housing levy. And they marched through the streets of Nairobi. They are supporting the housing levy. A few months ago, a survey was done that showed 93% of Kenyans were against the housing levy. Where have these ones come from? What's actually happening here, ladies and gentlemen? I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand the high-octane politics being played behind the scenes, and why I strongly believe that if Kenyans are tired and fed up of a William Ruto's rule, they should equally reject any leader supporting William Ruto, whether an MCA, a member of parliament, governor, senator. Kenyans should reject those leaders. There is no need of rejecting William Ruto, but behind the scenes, you are supporting leaders supporting William Ruto's government. That's a zero-sum game. I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand the high-octane politics being played here. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes, William Ruto's government has not been very consistent on exactly what this housing levy is. And because of that inconsistency, very few Kenyans are now trusting the explanations being given by Kenya Kwanza government. At first, we were told it was a fund you could contribute to, and then maybe after 7 years, if you want your funds back, you could get your funds back. That was later dropped, and the whole thing turned into a tax, housing levy. And now we are being told that this housing levy is only those who are employed who are going to pay 1.5% of their earnings. That's what William Ruto and his team have been going around the country telling Kenyans. And that those who are not employed will benefit from this fund, in that the employed will be paying the housing levy to construct houses that will also be occupied by those not employed. Last month, the courts declared the housing levy unconstitutional, but allowed the government to continue collecting money till, I think, January. And with that realization, Kimani Ichung'wah proposed a bill in parliament, and the bill says this: the proposed bill aims to rectify this by expanding the base to include non-salaried Kenyans, encompassing those whose income isn't easily traceable by the Kenya Revenue Authority. According to the bill, The levy is set at a rate of 1.5% of A, the gross salary of an employee, or B, the gross income of a person, received or accrued, not subject to the levy under paragraph A. So upon the court declaring the housing levy unconstitutional, the government, through majority leader in parliament, proposed this new bill, and this new bill has now included those who are not employed. And I'm seeing a very high possibility where, as time goes by, everybody will now be forced to pay this housing levy. And I'm saying that because this government has not been very consistent, it keeps on changing its stand on this housing levy. So, as Kenyans are celebrating that it's only those who are salaried who are going to pay this housing levy, they should equally know that a bill has been proposed in parliament that also encompasses those not salaried. And from what we have seen before, most definitely, all Kenyans will be forced to pay for this housing levy. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. So, what are the politics being played behind the scenes? Those individuals, all those Kenyans who are demonstrating today in Nairobi, those are individuals who have been sponsored by the government. They have been mobilized and, if possible, paid to demonstrate. So it's actually the government demonstrating against itself. What a disparate and a confused government. A government organizing demonstrations against itself, to hoodwink Kenyans, to cheat Kenyans, that there are some people who wants this housing levy thing to continue. That's how low Kenya Kwanza government has stooped. A government organizing Kenyans to demonstrate. That's a very big shame. The truth of the matter here, those who mobilize those Kenyans to demonstrate are clearly UDA operatives, maybe MCAs, members of parliament, senators, or even governors. And that's why I maintain and I repeat, if Kenyans are fed with William Ruto at the top, they should reject all leaders supporting William Ruto, because those are the leaders William Ruto will use to influence some naive Kenyans into actually voting for William Samoei Ruto. So if you are tired of William Ruto at the top, reject any leader supporting William Ruto. Whether that leader is delivered or not, make that sacrifice of rejecting that leader. It's a sacrifice worth making for Kenyans to save themselves from this William Ruto's regime. Because from the look of things, if Kenyans make a mistake of re-electing William Ruto in the next election, Ruto will change the constitution to become a life president. Kenyans should know these things in advance. If you look on how William Ruto is currently ruling, before the elections in this forum, we warned Kenyans against all these things. And it's actually a miracle that what we warned Kenyans, William Ruto is just doing exactly what we told Kenyans he would do in the event he took power. With the same breath, I'm saying, if Kenyans make a mistake of giving William Ruto another term, Ruto will change the constitution. And the only way Kenyans can reject William Ruto is to start by rejecting any leader supporting William Ruto, whether that leader has delivered or not. And this housing thing, it's very clear that the poor in the society will not get those housing projects, or those houses. The houses will go, if at all they will be there, they will go to those with connections to top government officials. The Mamamboga, the Boda Boda, will not get any single house. So Kenyans should not waste time contributing to this so-called housing thing. They'll never get those houses. Kenyans should actually work hard to save money for themselves in order for them to build their own houses. That's the only sure bet here. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. To any person watching us and you feel you want to support our forum, contact me through that number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.